Hello friends and welcome to this session for GATE and ESE Electrical Engineering. My friend, this session is going to be one of the most awesome session and you are going to really learn something very new and something that will help you in the exam. In the exam for GATE, may it be 2021 or it may be 2022. Now before we start the lecture, my friend, let me introduce you myself. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR 1 in GATE 2014 and GATE 2018. And my friend, I was also awarded the President of India Gold Medal by the President himself in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Presently, I am working as a director at an academy for GATE department, and that is why constantly I am able to bring new and more initiatives for you. Because an academy is not an institute. An academy is not a coaching. An academy is more of a revolution. An academy is more of a feeling. An academy has everything right that is wrong with every other coaching institute in the country. The name An Academy, my friend, has been comprised of two words, an and academy. That means it has everything that is not there in an academy. So An Academy cares about the student in the best way possible. It cares about the student most than or more than any other person can. All the initiatives are centered on the student. That is, they are always working towards the student welfare. And that is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system. That is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system free of cost on our YouTube channel. So, my friend, if you are visiting this channel for the first time, make sure that you have subscribed, because we have electrical machine, power electronics, power system, communication system, EMT, EDC, network, signal, control, digital, everything is here on this channel. That too free of cost, my friend. But what has An Academy done? An Academy has brought a revolution in the country where they are providing the most affordable education, and that too free of that too at the most affordable price as well as free of cost on YouTube. So my friend, if you want to be a part of the revolution that An Academy has created by means of the courses that are running on An Academy, where they are bringing you the best ever educators of the country on a single platform. That is, you, my friend, can be able to learn from India's top educator at the cheapest or at the most affordable prices possible. At the most affordable prices possible. Now, my friend, I'm talking to you. You can dare to dream. You can dare to enter a PSU. You can dare to dream about MTech from an IIT. Why? Because An Academy has made it possible. An Academy has done everything that is required to get the best rank in GATE examination. So my friend, if you want to join An Academy, make sure that you use the code Ankit ESE, because the door to An Academy opens with this code, and this directly makes me your mentor so that I can guide you at each and every step regarding your GATE preparation. And not only this, you will also get 10% discount on your subscription. Now, what does An Academy bring for you? Not only the live classes. The live classes are the best part of An Academy, where you can interact with the educator, ask your doubt, and make sure that you understand each and every concept and then only exit the class. But other than that, you get dedicated doubt session, where you can post a pic of a question and ask any doubt, any number of doubts. Then you have weekly quizzes. Every Sunday we test how much you have understood. Then there are daily practice paper which we provide you for practice. Then there are practice questions from An Academy. Then there are test series from An Academy. Then there is crash course where we will boost your rank in the last few months. There is rank improvement batch for the students who have already done well in the GATE examination. Now, my friend, all of this just with one subscription fees, where you don't have to pay anything again and again or anything extra. That is the magic of An Academy. Just join An Academy without thinking too much.
Hi guys, up to now we have seen the following devices for the voltage control. First we saw shunt capacitor, then we saw shunt reactor. We saw shunt capacitor was used in case of lagging power factor loads to control the under voltages, and shunt reactor was used in case of leading power factor loads to avoid over voltages. Then we saw series capacitor, which modified the reactance of the line to reduce the voltage drop. Here we saw that stability due to series capacitor improves as the reactance reduces. Fault current also increased. But there was a problem of subsynchronous resonance, in which high torques can be produced which can damage the shaft of the machine. Then we compared the series and the shunt capacitor. We saw the voltage profile. With the shunt capacitor it was uniform. With the series capacitor it was like this. Okay, there is abrupt change as soon as the capacitor is encountered. As well as we saw, for same voltage improvement, Q shunt is greater than Q series. Okay, so that is what we have covered. And if you see, these devices will always remain stationary in space. They are not moving. Inductors and capacitors are always stationary. In this lecture, we will focus on dynamic voltage control, in which we will control the voltage of a bus using a synchronous motor. Okay. So synchronous motor has a rotor which is moving. Hence it is called as dynamic voltage control. It is not static. Now the reactive power in a synchronous motor is given as mod V by X mod V minus mod E cos delta. So thus by controlling the excitation we can control the reactive power of the synchronous motor. In case of overexcitation, when mod E cos delta is greater than mod V, then reactive power will be greater than 0. So it will act as a inductor. In underexcited condition, when mod E cos delta is less than mod V, Q will be less than 0. So it acts as a capacitor. And in case of critically excited condition, when mod E cos delta is equal to mod V, Q is 0, it acts as a resistor. So how I am saying resistance, capacitance, inductance? First of all, synchronous motor will always absorb the current. That means it will always absorb the power. So Q greater than 0 means it absorbs lagging power, hence it acts as an inductor. Q less than 0 means it absorbs leading power or it delivers lagging power, so it acts as a capacitor. That means even synchronous motor can act as an inductor or a capacitor, hence it can be used for the voltage control techniques. So the first device that we study is synchronous condenser or synchronous capacitor. That means it is a synchronous motor under overexcited condition. If it is running at overexcited condition, but one more condition should be used here, that it is running at no load. At no load means real power is 0. I am assuming a lossless machine. So practically real power cannot be 0 because it will consume some real power at least to supply the losses. So assuming real power is 0, we are assuming that the machine is lossless. Now real power is given as EV by X sine delta. So real power 0 implies that delta is 0. If delta is 0, it implies reactive power which is mod V by X mod V minus mod E cos delta. It becomes mod V by X mod V minus mod E. So for it to work as a capacitor, Q must be less than 0. If Q is less than 0 means mod E is greater than mod V. So that is the condition of a synchronous condenser or a synchronous capacitor, that it must run under overexcited condition. But the thing is, practically real power is never 0. But if real power is 0, here real power is 0 and Q is negative. That means the power factor is 0 leading. But if we talk about practically, P is not equal to 0, but it is small because real power will be consumed to supply the losses. So Q will be less than 0. So power factor practically is 0.01 to 0.02 leading. Okay, there will be small real power which will be supplying the losses in the synchronous machine. Since it is acting as a shunt capacitor here, it is working as a capacitor, so it is acting as a shunt capacitor. So it can be used for power factor correction. Then reactive power of synchronous motor will be P tan phi 1 minus tan phi 2. The same expression that we studied for the case of shunt capacitor. Here also the reactive power that we will get for a 3-phase real power will be 3-phase reactive power. See the phasor diagram, how does it improve the voltage regulation? If this is the voltage, there will be some lagging current. Then synchronous motor will draw leading current. So the net current will be like this. This will be IR. So if you see, power factor angle reduces, hence the power factor improves. And as we saw in shunt capacitor, the vertical component of the current reduces, that means voltage regulation or voltage drop reduces, because voltage drop was Ix sin phi. So it was depending on sin phi, that is the vertical component of the current. Okay. Let us move to another device that is called as synchronous coil. It is the analog of an inductor. So it is the synchronous motor under no load condition running at under excited condition. So here we have no load and under excited. So here if no load is there, that means delta is 0. So reactive power is mod V by X mod V minus mod E. So mod E is less than mod V, Q is greater than 0, it acts as a inductor. Okay, and inductor do not has any real power, so here also P is 0. That is why it shows a purely inductive behavior, that is called as synchronous coil. So it will work as a shunt inductor, and shunt inductor was used to control the over voltages, or it was used in case of leading power factor load. Okay, and it was used to control over voltage. So here also synchronous motor will be used to control over voltages and leading power factor load. Okay, and the power factor will be ideally 0 lag. For synchronous coil it is 0 lead, here it is 0 lag. And since it is controlling over voltages which are usually due to the Ferranti effect, it can be called as a Ferranti effect control device. Okay, but remember this point, synchronous motor and synchronous condenser and synchronous coil, both these terms are defined in reference to the no load condition. Okay, there should be no load at the shaft of the machine. Next method of dynamic voltage control is called as synchronous phase modifier. So first of all, let me ask you a question. Since we are using inductors and capacitors, why are we moving to this synchronous motor, though we know that synchronous motor will have less efficiency due to rotational losses and other losses? So since the efficiency is low, there will be some losses, so it is always disadvantageous to use synchronous motor. Then why do we go for dynamic voltage control? Okay, the answer to this problem lies in the fact that in the last two cases we saw, just by changing the excitation of the machine, I was able to change the behavior of the machine. I could make it behave as an inductor as well as a capacitor. So that means we can operate for over voltage as well as for under voltage in case of synchronous motor, whereas inductor can never behave as a capacitor and vice versa. So they were used for specific purposes. So it is more versatile. Second usage comes in case of synchronous phase modifier. So what is a synchronous phase modifier? It is a synchronous motor running under overexcited condition but with some load. So that is why I have shown here P synchronous motor. It is running at load. So if it is running at load means P is non-zero. That means delta will also be non-zero. But it is running under overexcited condition. So it is working as a capacitor. And reactive power will be mod V by X mod V minus mod E cos delta. In case of overexcited condition, mod E cos delta is greater than mod V. Okay. So the thing is, suppose I have a synchronous motor which I am using for power factor correction. Then what happens is, I have a small load to drive. Instead of buying an additional motor or bringing an additional motor into the system, why not drive such a small load which is maybe used temporarily with the help of synchronous motor? That will make use of the mechanical power of the synchronous motor or the mechanical part of the synchronous motor. That is why synchronous motor is more advantageous. If you have a small mechanical load, you can drive it alongside and you can also have the power factor correction or the voltage control. Now let us look at the phasor diagram. So here, since P is non-zero, Q is less than 0, power factor will be leading, but it will not be 0 power factor leading. That means the angle will not be 90 degree. Suppose this is the voltage, this is my load current, and the current drawn by synchronous motor is this. Okay, this is the current being drawn by the synchronous motor. Net current will be, we will add this current. So this will be IR. So if you see, first of all, this angle phi 2 is less than original angle phi 1. So phi 2 is less than phi 1 means cos of phi 2 will be greater than cos of phi 1. So it can be used for power factor correction. Next, if we see the vertical components of the current. So originally this much was the vertical component, now this is the vertical component. We know voltage drop is Ix sin phi. Since I sin phi has reduced, this voltage drop has reduced. That means receiving end voltage will increase. Delta V reduces, VR increases. Also, if we see, now what will be the value of P source and Q source from this figure? P source will be P synchronous motor plus P load. Okay, and Q source will be QL minus QSM. Okay, so that means the real power will change in this case when we are using a synchronous phase modifier. Okay, so let us see how the power factor correction takes place, or what is the expression. So let us draw power triangle first. Suppose this is P load, which is P1, and this is Q load, which is Q1, and this will be my apparent power S1 at an angle phi 1. Now after connecting the synchronous motor, real power increases. Suppose real power of synchronous motor is PSM. So new real power will be P2, which is equal to P1 plus PSM. And the QSM will be like this, leading. So QSM will be like this. So this will be Q2, which is QL minus QSM. So this will give me S2 at an angle phi 2. So let me mark the triangles O, A, B, C, D. If you see the triangle OCD, ODC, you will see that Q1 is equal to P1 tan phi 1. And if you see the triangle OAB, Q2 will be P2 tan phi 2. So that means QC, which is equal to Q1 minus Q2, will be P1 10 phi 1 minus P2 10 phi 2. That will be the reactive power rating of the capacitor. And here P2 is equal to actually P1 plus PSM. PSM is the real power absorbed by the synchronous motor. So it is better that you remember this expression, because this is the more general expression as compared to the previous one, as here we have real power change which is more general. Okay, earlier if you keep PSM as 0, P1 will be equal to P2. This will give me the original formula that we derived for shunt capacitor and synchronous condenser. So let us summarize what we covered in this lecture. We first saw dynamic voltage control. What does that mean? So I told you, whenever we do the voltage control with the help of synchronous motor, it is termed as dynamic voltage control. Then I told you about synchronous condenser, which is the overexcited synchronous motor at no load condition. Then we saw synchronous coil that works as a shunt inductor. It is a no load synchronous motor running under excited condition. Then we saw synchronous phase modifier. It is a synchronous motor at overexcited condition but running at load. Okay, so here we saw Q synchronous motor will be P1 tan phi 1 minus P2 tan phi 2. This is the most important formula from this dynamic voltage control, that is for power factor correction. In the next lecture, we will see some problems based on the voltage control technique.
So my friend, if you want to join Unacademy, if you liked the lecture, if you like the content that you have just watched, and you have decided that Unacademy is the right place for you, and you want to learn with me, you want to learn from me, then don't hesitate, because that is where we are conducting free classes every day that will boost your GATE rank. So if you decide to take subscription, click on GATE and ESE, click on get subscription. After this, you can choose the plan that you want to opt for. The final year and dropper can take 1 year plan, second and the third year can take 2 year plan. But don't forget to use the code Ankit ESE. This will give you 10% off, as well as it will bring you under my guidance. And as you can see, the prices are really affordable, my friend. It is much less than any other institute can offer you, and that is why I keep repeating, Unacademy is not an academy. It is a revolution. It is a feeling. You can make the payment by credit, debit card, EMI, net banking. Also, EMI is available on debit card, but for HDFC debit card and Bajaj Finserv debit card. So if you are from a weak financial background, you can pay the amount in installments, but only use the code Ankit ESE. And my friend, these are some videos where I have told how to study, how to get the best rank in GATE, and these videos will really help you in cracking GATE. So make sure that you watch each and every one of them. And my friend, these are our other channels, like for mechanical we have, for civil also we have, for computer science we have for SSC, JEE, all branches, electrical, mechanical, civil. And on this channel we have the previous year question video solution, that too free of cost. And many more channels will be coming very soon for you guys. So be a part of our YouTube family, and you can take the benefit of all the free content that we are bringing. And my friend, this is my Telegram channel, where you will find the notes of each and every lecture that I take. And this is my Unacademy profile, which you can follow to watch my content for free on Unacademy, because there also I am taking regular free classes. So if you can't afford to join Unacademy, then keep associated with us, keep sharing the content that we are providing, and work towards making this YouTube family bigger and better. We'll keep bringing more and more content for you, and the only fees that you have to pay, my friend, is that you have to work hard and you have to share and like each and every video that we are uploading. So that way this family gets bigger. Even the student in a rural area can take the benefit of the free initiatives that we have started. And my friend, you also get the best rank in GATE without having to stress about how to pay. So if you can't be paying or you can't afford to pay, then make sure that you are building this YouTube family, a bigger and a better YouTube family, the biggest and the best community of all electrical engineers. So that is all from my side. See you again in the next lecture. Thank you.